Well, yeah.
Very good. So listen, let me do this. Let me bring the side send me the reference. Give me a second. And hopefully that get rid of the echo. 'Cause I can hear echo. So let me see if this fix that.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm still hearing that echo. That's true.
Hmm.
Can you hear echo at all?
I don't hear an echo. No.
Okay. So as long as you don't hear it, cool, because I can manage. So that's perfect. So let me say officially, Mr. Dustin, welcome to the Real Estate Pros podcast. Glad to have you here. This is our 10-minute pre-podcast, like our 10-minute prep time.
Okay.
I like to say that you are the expert for today. Like nobody knows you like you. And so that's what we want to do with this 10-minute prep time is I want to get a quick lay of the land of your business, get to know you, some of the nuances about you and your business, and then also build up a nice rhythm and a cadence
Okay.
between you and myself, right? Of just natural conversation, because that's going to translate once we get into the podcast, right?
Sure.
And so, Mr. Dustin, what I want to do, I want to walk us through a SWOT framework, SWOT, old school framework. Have you heard that before?
Yep.
All right, perfect, perfect. I want to walk us through that because that's going to tell me what to highlight, what to avoid once we get into the podcast. I
Okay.
like to say I'm gonna be your point guard. So once we get into the podcast, I'm gonna hit you with questions that you're gonna knock down. And the SWOT kind of gives me the ability to see from your perspective, from your vantage point. That way I can set you up for the questions once we get into the podcast.
Okay.
And so let's do this. Let's imagine our listeners right now just flies on the wall, listening to us talk. What would you want them to know first about your business? Like, what is your unique advantage when it comes to real estate?
Well, I've been in the industry for 11 years, and it started just as a individual real estate agent, and then we quickly built a team, and then a brokerage, and then we began kind of systematically vertically integrating around that brokerage with mortgage, title, insurance, property management, development, all those things. And then from there, we recently launched a tech company in the industry as well. So it's a lot of different kind of reaches into various parts of the industry.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. And so, of course, no business is 100% perfect. So, what's something that you're still trying to figure out? Like, is there any kind of bottlenecks or pain points to what you do?
Yeah, I mean, I think the last 3.5 years or so, the market has been pretty challenging for everybody, and
Yeah,
especially for people that are on the residential resale side of things.
yeah,
We've had the fewest transaction count really in the last 30 years
yeah.
in the U.S. And so those are some of the biggest challenges I think for us. And so we've had to learn to be leaner, to leverage technology more, to replace some of our legacy enterprise systems with tools that we build ourselves for more efficiency and effectiveness. And so I think it's just learning to navigate through this challenging market.
Gotcha. Love it. Is that your daughter over your left shoulder?
Yeah, that's my daughter. She's holding my little boy as well, and they're
Oh man, that's
yeah.
dope. That's awesome. That's a great picture, man. I love that, man. Absolutely. Yeah, I have a 22-year-old and a 13-year-old, and
Oh,
so
cool.
yeah. So you're still in those stages. I'm like in the stages where I'm just like like it's you just have to like parent from a whole different perspective. Like the older you get, the older they get. So no, I
Exactly.
love it, man. That's beautiful, man. So Mr. Dustin, let me ask you this, man. What excites you for the next 6 to 12 months? Like, what is do you feel like is some of the biggest opportunities for you right now?
Yeah, I think when we first kind of got involved with the technology business about a year and a half or so ago, obviously, everyone was big on AI and
Yeah,
figuring out how to integrate that into our businesses. And what we've done through that entity is we've really started kind of from scratch building all of our systems, structures, products with AI in mind. And so I think over the next 12 months, we're really going to be able to deploy a lot of these tools to make us faster, leaner, more efficient, and be able to do far more at scale than we could do previously. And so I think that's probably what I'm most excited about is continuing to really embed that into all of our products and offerings.
I love it, man. I love it. I absolutely love it. Are there any other? challenges you're watching closely. I mean, some people don't believe in competition, which I definitely understand is more like collaboration and competition, but like competition, capital raising, like any other threats or challenges you feel like you're watching closely.
Yeah, I mean, I think the interest rate environment is something that we're certainly tracking very closely, both on the residential resale side of things, but also just in the the capital access
Yeah,
environment as
yeah.
well. And so I think that's something we're continuing to track. That I think as soon as that shakes out a little bit more, which we hope to see in the coming months, then that'll loosen things up for everybody and get things moving a little bit more.
Yeah, love it, man. I think, man, my last question, Mr. Dustin, before we jump into the part, man, who do you lean on business wise if times get tough? Do you have any kind of mentors, coaches, masterminds, anything like that?
Yeah, I'm fortunate that I have several mentors and people that I lean into in the industry. But before I ever sold my first house as a real estate agent, I actually hired Tom Ferry to be our real estate coach. And so I've
Gotcha.
been Tom now for almost 11 years, and he's become a friend and mentor. And so he's definitely been a big support system for us.
Yeah, I love it, man. Absolutely love it. Well, listen, man, everything you've given me totally makes sense. Thank you. I can kind of see things from your perspective. I think we're going to dive into the podcast, man. And so, what we'll do the pod itself for no more than 20 minutes. All right. I'll do a clean call to action. That way, you can tell people how to get in contact with you. You can promote anything you want. Like have your book, your own podcast. You can promote that there. And then once we say goodbye to each other, we'll do. I'm sorry. Once we say goodbye to the audience, we'll
Hmm.
do like a post podcast so we can say goodbye to each other, and I can tell you like when the show is going to come out and stuff like that. Okay.
Cool.
All right. Perfect, man. So what I'm going to do, I am going to hold up a white envelope just as a visual kind of signal point to my tech team. Like we're transitioning from the pre-podcast to the podcast. And so
Okay.
once I hold that up, I'll come in with my intro. If you don't mind, sir, can you give me a nice smile at the camera? Because we
Yeah.
may have to use this for our thumbnail.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. 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 And so I'll hold up this white envelope and Dustin will get started. Okay.
Cool.
All right, man. Here we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I am your host, Q Edmonds, and I am super excited to be here today. I have someone who has built a fantastic business, and he's went from one transition point to the next transition point to the next transition point. So he knows how to build it, he knows what he's doing, and I'm so glad we get a chance to talk to him, peek through his lens. He's going to drop some nuggets, and we're going to take them, we're going to write it down, we're going to be astute because I know that he's going to bring so much value to this show. And so I want to introduce you all to Mr. Dustin Parker. Mr. Dustin, how you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for being here, sir. And listen, man, I want to dive right in. I want you to tell the people what your main focus is these days. If you don't mind, I want you to take us through kind of like a little origin story. We love like the hero's journey, so kind of how you got to where you are. We love that, and then also what part of the world you're in, man. So, Mr. Dustin, sir, you got the floor, sir.
Yeah, so I've had a couple different careers in my life so far, and actually, when I went to college, I was studying politics and foreign policy, and ended up working in that industry or that world for a little while before getting going back to school and becoming a teacher for a few
Hmm,
years.
yeah,
And my wife was pregnant with our little girl who's almost 11 now, and we wanted to earn just a little extra income. And the real estate course was coming up in just a couple of days, and I kind of on a whim just signed up for the course and jumped into it head first. And
yeah.
that was almost 11 years ago now, and we've been in the real estate business and industry now for that period of time, and have built all kinds of crazy things since we've been on this wild journey together.
Yeah, yeah. So tell me that you said you built a lot of crazy things. Tell me what have you built? Like what are you doing now, Mr. Dustin?
Yeah, and I forgot one part of your question. So I'm currently coming to you from Delaware. So we operate mostly in Delaware and Maryland are the two states that we focus on.
Yeah,
But today we have a real estate brokerage, an independent brokerage, where we'll close about 300 to 400 transactions a year. And then we built over the last several years, we built around that mortgage, title, insurance, property management, and then additionally we do some development and rehab work as well. And then most
yeah.
recently we launched a technology company in the real estate sector, which is kind of our baby and our startup, which is where I spend most of my time these days.
Got you. So, man, I normally do this when we first get on, and I'm sorry I didn't. But you say you're in Delaware. I'm in Laurel, man. So we're like right there, close to each other. You have 30 minutes from DC. So I know you operate in the Maryland market. I'm sorry I didn't say that earlier, man. But you're a neighbor, man. So that's awesome. That's awesome. So, man, as you was talking, I was writing down what I like to call your resume, man. So started off in politics, was a teacher. Hats off to you being a teacher, because that's a whole another beast in itself. So thank you for your service when it comes to that. And then you got into real estate for extra income. That was 11 years ago. So it's safe to say things went well, right? So I have a saying where I say destiny has no wasted moments, right?
Mhm.
Meaning no matter what we go through in life, we pick up things that kind of make us who we are and fortify who we are right now. So man, on this journey, 11 years ago, you got into real estate just for extra cash, teacher, politics. Along this journey to real estate, what has it taught you about yourself? What has it fortified in you to make you say, yeah, like this is who I am. This is part of the skill set that I have developed throughout my life to kind of make me be able to do what I do today.
Yeah, it's a good question. I write a newsletter that goes out biweekly, and actually the title of that newsletter is called Dot by Dot, and it's kind of it's referencing that Steve Jobs famous quote about connecting the dots backwards,
Mm,
and I totally agree with you. You know, sometimes we just don't know where things are headed when we're in the middle of it, whether it's
yeah,
a good thing or bad thing that's happening in our lives. But they do always connect when you look backwards. And I think about when I was in education or when I was in politics, so many of the skills or the relationships that I built during those periods of time really enabled me to help grow our businesses today. And so we continue to learn through the ups and the downs throughout it. And every time we have a learning opportunity, we really try to lean into that and take advantage of it to the greatest extent that we can.
yeah. No, man. Thank you, Dustin. I will be. I hope I can get a subscription in dot by dot. I'll be looking it up. I'll be a reader, man. That's phenomenal. You're absolutely right, and I love that. I mean, that's just when you say dot by dot, just my whole vision just opens up. Like, yes, that makes so much sense. And so, thank you for your contribution, even with that, and I'll be checking that out. But man, yeah, I love it. I love what you said so eloquently, man. And there are times when things just don't go the way we expect, right? Deals don't go the way we expect. We have to pivot fast. So, Mr. Dustin, I would love to know from your perspective, adversity. How does it look in the things that you do? How has it reared its head, and how have you overcame adversity in your journey to success, man?
Yeah, I think kind of the biggest shock to our system was, and I always say we because my wife and I are business partners and kind of work in the business together. But we were on a steady upward incline in terms of our business ever since we got into the industry. And then, of course, we had the crazy market of COVID. And then coming out of COVID, interest rates doubled. The
Mm,
market became kind of this frozen market where nobody was transacting, and we've had some of the fewest number of transactions in U.S. history over the last 3 to 4 years at this point. And
yeah,
so we really had to adjust our expectations in terms of what it meant to grow. We needed to get a little bit leaner. We needed to lean into technology a little bit more, maybe than we had previously. And we really had to kind of redefine what our business was during that period of time. And we're still doing that today.
yeah,
But it was that was probably one of the biggest challenges I would say in our business is going from selling homes like hotcakes, to everything kind of coming to a halt overnight.
yeah,
And the days on market in our specific market where we mostly do our business is upwards of 60 or 70 days at this point, which is just unbelievable for a market that was moving in just 1 or 2 days just a couple of years ago.
yeah.
So it's just been a big adjustment of our expectations and then how we approach the business every day.
Yeah, love it, Dustin. Let me ask you this, sir. What is your next real goal? Like, what are you looking to solve a scale next, man? You and your wife. That's not lead you out. Our wife. That's not leave her out. So, what are y'all looking to solve next, man?
Yeah, it's a great question. So we one of the unique things about our real estate brokerage is that we have a salaried agent model. We call it our Cosmic Agent Program. And so one of the things that we look to scale is that model. We found that agents that are on a salary that have requirements to be in an office for a certain amount of time, to participate in trainings, you just have a little bit more control over the consumer experience. And it also drives, I think, more profitability for the company while also giving stability for that agent in this up and down market, particularly for most of those 1099 agents that exist more broadly. And so one of our big focuses over the next 12 months is scaling that, while also continuing to lean into AI and develop our own products to replace some of the legacy enterprise software that we've been using for the last several years.
Yeah, got it. Love it, man. Love it. So listen, I want to talk to you. I mean, you've been in politics, been a teacher. To me, those things correspond with building relationships, right? And so you're in business, brokerage, you're talking to people. So, Mr. Dustin, I would love your perspective when it comes to relationship building within business. Is it important? Has it served you well? What is your philosophy? So, talk to me a little bit, Mr. Dustin, about relationship building.
Yeah, I think anytime you're in professional service industry, relationships are everything. Your reputation is what matters more than anything else. And if you're not transparent in the way that you interact with people, if you're not honest and you don't give them, the best advice for them, even though it may not, in some cases, serve you, then that's going to come back to bite you. And so we take that very seriously. We participate in as many community events as we can. We're participating in several masterminds and coaching groups and things to continue to kind of lean into the expertise that we have available to us. And so I think relationships are everything.
Yeah,
And we always tell brand new agents that real estate is simple, but it's not easy. And one of the simple things about real estate is the more conversations you have with people about real estate and the more ways that you can offer to help them, the more business that you're going to do. And it's just that simple math. And you can actually
yeah.
reverse engineer that to see what kind of income you're going to make when you have that number of conversations.
Yeah, yeah, love it, man. And again, man, I don't know why I'm off my game today because I did not ask you the name of your company. So, what's the name of the company, sir?
Yeah, our real estate brokerage is called the Parker Group, and then our new technology startup is called Archie.
Oh, so and I'm asking these questions because I love to know the story behind the names. So,
Mhm.
Archie, oh man, if you don't mind, sir, what is the story about Archie? And I'm like I said, I'm mad I didn't ask this earlier, but man, please tell me the storyline behind Archie.
Yeah, it's kind of a funny story. So myself and my co-founder, were kind of ideating around what to name the company for a couple months, and my wife and I were in New York at a conference, and we got into an elevator in our hotel that we were staying in, and someone walks in the elevator with this little tiny dog, and they call the dog Archie, and we thought that's it. We just both kind of clicked at the same time and said, you know what, it sounds appropriate for what it is that we're building, and it's warm and friendly, and that's who we want to be, and so we just kind of stuck with it.
Oh man, I love that. I absolutely love that. Yeah, man, I love stories behind the name of companies. So that's brilliant, man. Looking at that dog, it sparked because you want it to feel like anybody can put their hands on it, right? And so I absolutely love that, man. Listen, Mr. Dustin, is there any topic that I have not brought up that you would like to talk about? And is there anything you want to say to people as far as motivation, education, inspiration? If there's anything along that line, Mr. Dustin, we would love to hear, man.
Yeah, I would just say that anyone that's in the real estate industry today is navigating through one of the most difficult markets that we've seen in American history. We had the financial crisis, we've had the real estate crash back in '07 and '08, but those were different animals. Homes were depreciating rapidly and people were underwater, and that really infected so many people. But today's market is just frozen.
Mm,
Our transaction count is just is some of the lowest that we've seen of all time. And so I think you have to grind it through right now. Whatever you were doing that may have worked previously, you need to double and triple those efforts today. And I think one of the ways to do that is just to really lean deeply into the technology that's available to us today that wasn't 4 or 5 years ago. We have access to AI tools today that are just it's almost magic, what they can do,
mhm.
and it's just unbelievable. You don't necessarily need a team of developers to build your own products and to solve problems and create automations and a better level of service for your clients and consumers that would have just taken weeks and months and tens of thousands of dollars previously. And so I think if you're not adopting those tools, if you're not leaning into them and spending time learning them, then you're going to be left behind in this industry as it
Yeah,
continues to move forward. And if you do the work today in this tough market and you survive it, then you're going to come out of this stronger than ever, and you're going to really reap the rewards, I think, when things change.
man, I absolutely love it. So basically, what you're saying, we just shouldn't be using AI to look up definitions. We should be using it for way more than that, right?
Absolutely. I mean, it can do
Yeah,
so much.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
just about anything you can imagine, you can use AI for.
yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Well, Mr. Dustin, sir, man, thank you so much. Listen, if someone wanted to reach out to you, connect with you, collaborate with you, or learn more about what you're doing, how can they get in contact with you, sir?
Yeah, I mean, you can visit any of our websites, theparkergroup.com or archiehub.com for our two businesses. And then I have, as I mentioned, a biweekly newsletter that I write at dotbydot.com, which has more information about me. And you can reach me directly through that website as well.
Absolutely love it, man. So, Mr. Dustin, let me say three things to you, sir. First, thank you for your time because you and I know time is our most precious commodity. Like we put systems in place to get our time back, right? So we want control of our time. So, man, I appreciate you giving us some of your time. Two, man, thank you for your story. Thank you for sharing with authenticity, with transparency, man. I truly believe stories they rule the world. The late Kobe Bryant, before he passed away, he said, "Nothing in this world moves without story." And I believe that. And I think you being in political background, being a teacher, you know, stories just make things just come alive. It controls the whole narrative. So thank you so much for your story, man. You have impacted people today. Even if we don't see it just now, I know you have. So thank you for that. Lastly, man, thank you for your perspective. Thank you for your mindset, the way you think, and bringing that mindset to this platform. I truly appreciate you being here today, man.
Thank you. It's been an honor. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Well, listen, y'all heard Mr. Dustin. Check him out. Definitely check out Dot by Dot. One of the dopest names. Check that out. I will be checking it out. Look in his show notes. Get in contact with him. And listen, I love Mr. Dustin. He's doing great things. But if you want to check him out, definitely make sure you're subscribed here because I promise you, we're going to continue to bring up amazing people just like Mr. Dustin. So, sir, I say thank you again. And everyone else, have a fantastic day.
Thanks.
Hold that up. And we are out, man. You got to let me know, man, how you feel about the podcast episode.
Good. I think it was, hopefully it was valuable to
Oh, yeah.
listeners, but yeah, I felt good.
Yeah, nah, man. There's no doubt it was valuable, man. I appreciate you coming on. Appreciate you taking time out. And Mr. Dustin, listen, if you give us 2 weeks at the most, what we'll do, we will edit this. We will
Okay.
let you know when it's live, but we'll also send you the raw footage. That way, if you
Cool.
want to do some chopping up, you can do that. And we'll give you all kind of stuff to put on your social media as well. So we'll give you a nice little package. Like I said, give us about
Awesome.
2 weeks, okay?
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right, man. I appreciate you. I am going to log us off. If you can keep
Okay.
the Riverside app up for 1 minute so the
Yep.
full upload can go through, I appreciate that. Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, man. Thank you so much for your time. You have a great one. Okay.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Thank you, man.